mind with every reason in the world was twisted. I'm the one to pick up the flesh after you dismissed it. And you're the one to step into my skin and bank on every memory I've ever had or ever been. Leaving on the floor naked, helpless, bleeding. Looking up at you, I bought everything you said. On the floor naked, helpless, bleeding. I bought everything you said. I bought everything.
I'm Joey Strange, and this is my tape, Things I've Seen. And basically the concept of the tape is just over the course of about 6 months I was able to be a part of some fairly unique things, and there was a camera available, and figured I'd let you guys in on it and you could see the things that I've done and the people I've been able to share them with.
And I'm going to be in this egg when they bring me through this door. My rack's going to be down like this. Well, my rack's already going to be on my back. The chain fall is going to be down like this. This isn't what I'm suspending from. This is just the pick point to get that up there. I'm going to be in an egg. I'm going to be right here. I want it to be all totally train of thought. That's why I'm suspending and playing for the first time. 4 full body suspensions facing down. So that's 12 down the back and legs. In my hands. Yeah, like some easier to put the hooks on. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. You good? Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Motherfucker.
I felt that one. I'm reaching that point where almost every time they pierce, they're hitting old scar tissue, which leads me to believe that I can't think that I will be in this much longer.
Oh, sure you can.
Well, no, because after a certain point, I mean, there's so much scar tissue. We're doing sometimes 2 to 3 a month, whereas some people are doing like maybe 2 or 3 in their lifetime. And no one really knows the damage that we're doing to the body by pulling the connective tissue away from the muscle.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, baby.
Breathing. You still good?
Mm-hmm. I am going to go out and have a cigarette. But then we'll come back. We'll hook to the rack, we'll do some pulls, and get the saran wrap ready. Okay, now when you guys drop me off out there, you're gonna need to stay around and hold me up to put me onto that pick point on the chain fall. There's a hook with a lever on it. What you do is you take the upper part of that chain on my rack and put that over that hook.
Tracy, you okay? You okay? Okay. Wiggle your hands. Move your right hand. Can you hear okay? Okay. Now do your left. Do your left hand. Okay. You want to just lay still for a bit? Wiggle your hands. Yep. Do the left one.
Yep.
You okay?
Ta-da! Well, that was the egg suspension, and that was done for AIM, Adult Industry Medical. It was done on Halloween. And when I pass out, it wasn't from the pain at all. It was just from finally letting go. The whole experience was very stressful for me. Getting the food together, getting the people together, getting everything together basically, and still performing. It weighed heavy on me, and I guess my body said I needed to get some sleep after that.
Actually, I'm fine now.
Okay.
The next suspension that you'll get to see is a suspension out in the desert of Arizona, and Issa Gordon called me up and she conceptualized having her and 5 of her friends hang from a tree in the desert, and I agreed, and we hopped in the car and drove from LA out to Arizona. I think the things that you're going to notice in this suspension, besides just the obvious beauty of the women, is the connection between the couples. There's actually 3 couples in this, and if you watch them touch hands and make eye contact and just really be there for each other, it's a beautiful moment among many other things.
There you go. You got to be really careful not to be all jerky. Yeah, okay. I'm ready when you. How are you doing? Where? Where is it?
Just that
Terry, are you okay with that? You said, were you
I think it's the width of the strings makes it.
Those crazy books, they have mine now.
We're gonna do Terry next. Would you go grab my box of gloves so that I can do quick changes and put that all the way over there? Okay, good. Are you ready, you said? There we go, that looks better. Okay, now Erin, I'm gonna lift up her calves and you bring that rope up, okay? So you'll need to move the ladder. Tell him when to lower and you can start in.
I do it? Chase? Yeah. How do I do it?
I'm awesome.
You're doing fine. Literally, a push up.
It's a skirt. I can take it off if you wanted me to. Take it off.
Once I get you up there,
Just don't let her spin too much. Those ropes will wind up and drag her hooks in. Yeah.
Okay, you guys want to take her to the table or try and stand her?
Stand her.
Okay. Coming down the back.
Watch the hooks.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good tree is an understatement.
I'm sure many people have wanted this tree in the past, but I never came down alive. This tree in the past, but I never came down alive.
Yeah, 'cause I've seen people like the body passing out sucks. I'd love to come out here and you're gonna die. But then once you pass out and you're coming back, it's like, oh god, once you come to,
Maybe
it's
I
like
didn't
the
let
nicest
myself get that.
love to do one like
And then like, the fuck out.
Interview part. Well, obviously we're out in Arizona, and we're out in the definite desert part of it, and we've just filmed some women suspending. And I want to ask, for particular people, you, Becky, in particular, you look like you were really enjoying it. You were up there, you were singing, you were dancing. What particularly was it for you that made it that enjoyable?
I don't think it was particularly this actual suspension. I mean, it was actually really good for me to be able to get past it, but it was more just like a marking point for me to continue on with the rest of my life. I'm getting involved in a lot of new things this year, and I think it was a really good place to start, hanging from the tree out in the middle of the desert.
Apropos. Isa, you called and you got me out here and you let me shoot this. Thank you very much, by the way. This seemed to really have something for you. You knew how you wanted everybody dressed. Was it a vision that you saw, or is it just something that came together as you were doing it?
Well, I found this tree. Josie and I found this tree one time when we camped somewhere past it. Didn't find it till we came back. And we immediately stopped and said, oh my God, that's the most amazing tree for suspension. It's so beautiful here down in this valley with this lone huge tree and the mountains ringing all around it. And I just wanted to create something that added to this beautiful environment. There's so many suspensions I see that that are just about the act of it, and I wanted it to be about the vision of it. Because what brought me into suspension was how beautiful it is. I mean, I watched a year's worth of suspensions and said, I have to do this because it's something. It touches on something really, really deep. For me, anyway. This was a little different though than my first suspension. All the activity going on, and my first suspension we did in total quiet with just drums and a sort of more ritual environment. So I don't know, I think what we created here, hopefully in the imagery, will convey what I felt at my first suspension, and that sort of sense of magic and the sense of floating and flying and transcending. So.
Good. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Kat, you seem to really be enjoying yourself while you were up there.
Oh, yes.
In 10 words or less, can you say what suspension has meant for you?
Is there a particular word I'm supposed to be using here?
Well, I don't know. Steve, what do you think?
I think Kat has a great deal of fun when she suspends.
Yeah, we call it that in California too. Okay, Terry, you seem to have been enjoying yourself up there, although not as nearly as much as Kat.
Right, I don't think anybody enjoyed themselves as much as
I love this. That we can have women hanging by hooks and all giggle after and have some roasted weenies.
We had lots of roasted weenies.
Okay, girls, this is the last of it. Say goodbye. Thank you for letting us experience it.
Bye. Thank you for being
I was contacted by a production crew that was doing a documentary on suspension, and that's what this next scene is. And I had done a lot of showy things, stunt kind of stuff, and I felt that it was time to do something that would really test the boundaries of my own physical pain. And I came up with the idea of doing 3 different suspensions without touching the ground, and well, this is what ensued. From it, but I'm not. It's not why I do it. It's because it's something for me. It's basically the way I live my life and the cards that I've been dealt. Other than this, you're basically normal, your average Joe. I haven't heard of somebody going from one position directly into the other without touching the ground.
So that's what we're going to be attempting here, is they're going to raise these until I have my weight on my knees, and then lower my back out and loose those hooks, and I'll go into a knee suspension.
After accepting in myself that I wanted to test my body like that, I contacted my friend Brian Belt over at Puncture, and we discussed the schematics on it and how it was going to work, and we both knew it was possible, we just didn't know if it was possible by me. It was definitely harsher than anything else I've done up until that point, and just getting the piercings alone for it was rough. I'd never taken piercings in my chest before, and some of you people may notice me from the Ripley stunt that I did with the helicopter before. There's a nice little sidebar note that the hooks in my chest are actually two of the hooks from the helicopter suspension, and Brian was one of the piercers on there, so it was a nice kind of tie-in.
Actually, go ahead and get those quick.
It was what I expected, and it wasn't. There was more going into it than I thought. I thought the transition would have been a lot easier.
In planning the suspension, I had hung from my back and from my knees before, never one right after the other, but the chest suspension part was the one that worried me the most. I'd heard nothing but horror stories about it before, and well, the schematics and the way we planned to do it was to go up by the back first. That would be to get the endorphins going and get me ready for the rest of the suspension. Transitioning into the knees using two alternate chain falls, it should have been pretty easy, but I'll tell you, it didn't happen anywhere near as easy as I imagined it. I thought I was going to be able to zip through from one position to another, and it really just didn't happen that way. After taking 6 piercings in the back, 6 piercings in the knees, and 4 piercings in the chest, I was kind of spent. But we went ahead and we brought me up by the back and started to transition into the knees. And that's when I started realizing that this was going to take longer than I thought, and it was going to hurt more than I initially imagined. But with the connection that I have with Brian and him being a good friend of mine, we were able to work it through. I made a deal with him before that no matter what I said, not to take me down. I knew that the body was physically capable of doing it. That it's just whether I could pass the pain plateau and mentally prepare myself to take my body into further pain than I've ever done before.
No first.
It really started to hurt and, really start to wear on me transitioning into my chest. I was apprehensive with the chest suspension to begin with. I had never done it. But after the 2 prior positions, going up into my chest got really hard. My hands were getting cold. I think I was fighting shock, I'm not sure. But all I know is it was extremely hard. When I started transitioning into the chest, I wanted to quit at that point. When I started putting weight into my chest, I started crying. I mean, it was just a physical outlet of pain. It was more intense than anything I've ever done. And with no endorphins or adrenaline to help me at that point, I was feeling every moment of it. Luckily, I had Brian there with me. I had Caitlin there with me. And I had the determination to do it, so we muddled through and took me into a full hang by the chest.
No first.
Now's the best time. Tell me what's going on right now.
I did it.
What's the feeling?
I'm great, man. It took everything.
Over and all, the triple position suspension was much harsher than anything I've ever done, and I can't see ever possibly wanting to do it again. I did my test, I got through it, and yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. I've proved to myself I can do it. There's no reason to do it twice, not to mention don't wanna. Not long after that, I got a call from a gay male club in Silver Lake, California called The Gauntlet. They wanted me to come down to perform for a club called Freak Show, and I agreed. Sounded like a good time to me. So I put together not a suspension but a performance art piece involving Catholicism, a chalice, and blood, and well, you'll see. This is where it gets good, guys. If you've ever had any Catholic priest fantasies, here it goes.
Yeah, but my voice is really sexy.
Japanese place in the front. It's like that's cool. what I was thinking. I'd like going a little bit faster. It's like, there's this one little diner right now on the ledger. Astros? Oh, it's on that. Hey,
Is that in my forehead?
That's my chance.
The next scene is from a movie called Crimson Dust that I did with Slane Wayne. He invited me in to do a scene. It was all about vampires and blood and figured that I would fit in perfectly.
Already born with a knife in my back, and you were the one with the access to it. You were the one with every reason in the world was twisted. I'm the one that
So he let me write my own scene, and my girlfriend and I were very, very new at that point, and she knew that I did crazy stuff, and I figured it was time to, really show her. So I decided to do a declaration of love for her by carving the word love into my chest and blotting it with tissue paper.
Stranger situation. I won't even leave a mark, I promise, like I was never even there. I cross my heart, I hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye, and if he hollers, I let him go. I pissed on Edgar Allan Poe, he's too drunk to even know. He's too drunk to even know. With a knife in my back, and you were the one with the access to it, and you were the one with every reason in the world to twist it, and I'm the one to pick up the flesh after you dismiss it, and you were the one to step into my skin and bank on every memory I've ever had or ever been, leaving on the floor naked, helpless, bleeding, looking up at you. I bought everything you said. On the floor naked, helpless, bleeding, I bought everything you said. I bought everything. A man like me could find sleep but for a way and a road to the lost murder. Doppelganger, stranger than skin and weather. Doppelganger, stranger than skin and weather. The world's on sale, kisses turning stale. My friends have scale, motives and tails. Hey, get it over with, just get over it. With it over again, just get with it. Get it over with, just get over it. With it over again, get with it.
We're gonna pierce me in my knees, hang me upside down in a bag of saran wrap that we're wrapping on me. We're gonna take me out there, cut me out of the bag. We're gonna tap my veins here and bleed me into a chalice and feed me my own blood. First Holy Bloody Communion.
So you're gonna get 2 in your knees?
Three in my knees.
3 in each.
It's hard to get a grip on this side.
Yeah, the back side.
Yeah.
Deep breath in.
Nice. Like butter.
Deep breath in. Perfect.
But you didn't go with those?
Deep breath in. And exhale.
Oh shit.
What? That was a little close.
I think you need tighter gloves.
Yeah, I know.
That was a little close to the cap and things.
The other one's perfect. It is a little close, that's what we pull up.
Okay, I'm feeling nauseous.
Want some orange juice or something like that, maybe?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm feeling nauseous, dude. I'm lightheaded. I'm sweaty.
Please.
Get a trash can near me, dude.
Anything you need. Everything went really smooth except for the one. So everything is good.
Yeah.
I think your brain just ran out of endorphins, bro.
Well,
It's cool, bro.
sorry everybody.
Nah, we love you, Joe.
Don't sweat it, man.
Literally the first time it's ever happened to me.
It's okay.
Happens to
Glad
every
we could
man.
be here.
Yeah.
We're your first.
I've got to say that after several years of doing suspensions, at a point I kind of lost respect for it and what it does to the body and how you have to prepare yourself for it. And well, the Theater of Note was a great example. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping enough. I wasn't eating enough. I showed up for the gig and started drinking beers because I was going to be doing a blood performance, but I drank way too many beers. Smoked too much weed, and really, it was my worst suspension ever because I didn't get to suspend. I took the piercings and I couldn't go on, and usually I'm a guy that makes the show go on regardless of the pain aspect. And it was a wake-up call for me to go back to respecting what it is I do, that it's not run-of-the-mill, that doing a suspension, you have to be ready for it. You have to want it, and you have to want it for the right reasons. If you don't respect it, it's gonna turn around and bite you in the ass.
One problem, apparently I was, I don't know, I've gone through a helicopter suspension. I've helped hang 1,130 pounds of flesh weight from me, and for some reason, unfortunately, tonight, with a very good crowd, I passed out, and I couldn't go forward. But I tried. I've got the wounds. Hold on, wait. There you go.
Well, overall, I hope you've enjoyed the tape. I had an interesting 6 months, and this is, the way I live, and these are the people I hang out with, and the people I love as friends and trust as cohorts. I live a different lifestyle. I like the way I live. I like being unique, and there's enough people growing together into the suspension community, the performance art community, to where we're not necessarily a subculture anymore. We're your sons and daughters. We're not freaks. We're your friends. We're your neighbors. We just look at the body differently. It's just a vessel, man. It's just a place to hide the soul and life. And through suspension and the things I've done over the years and the doors it's opened for me, I've realized that you can do anything you want to. Everything's passable. Nothing's concrete. Question all of your ideas at this point. Make life what you want.